Jo, riktigt övrigt som jag tog det nästan av.
Riktigt bra, helt säkert. Ja, du må nok det. Men jeg tror alt blir de tar det.
Det ser ut som det ser ut som Bergen har vi sett. Sånt billigt, men sånt billigt.
Det må jo gå. Hvordan kan du stille for det?
Det er vel de fått
Men skal jeg sette noe sånn mot oss? Eller skal jeg sette Ja, men vi gjør det. Så får du se publikum. Og så vil ikke jeg være sånn superredd på at telefonen min skal dundre i bakken. Ja. Men hvor vil du? Skal vi sette det noe sted?
Ja.
Men på toppen av Yes.
Hello, everyone, welcome. Welcome. Thank you very much for your patience. We are half an hour late, which is great because that's traditional. So welcome to Startup Weekend Bergen. For those who have not been here all weekend, it's been an emotional roller coaster. We've had highs, we've had lows, and we've had more lows. But hopefully we'll finish on a high. The hashtag for the event, Bergen SW, Please tweet about it, make some noise about it, so that next time we can have an even bigger event with even more people. I'm going to run through this quite quickly so we can get into the meat of what we're all here for, which is the presentations. But first things first, we've got three fantastic judges here. Judge your new businesses. Judges, give the crowd a wave and say hello. They're right here at the front. So really, a big thanks for becoming judges. It's very difficult to do this without you. So we really appreciate you giving up your Sunday evening. Teams, they've assured me that they're not going to be fearless and tear your businesses apart, but they will be asking you tough questions. These are the three things that you're going to be judged on. You're going to be judged on your validation, which is what assumptions do you have about your new business and how have you tested them this weekend. Prove to me that the things you think you know are indeed true. Execution and design. What we're looking for is not just a better idea. We're looking for real things that you have made or achieved this weekend. So that could be a beautifully designed website, or it could be a fully functional app. And really, the thing I'm hoping for most of all is money, real money, in a real bank account. That's the best validation you can ever get. And the final thing that you're going to be judged on is your business model. Is your business sustainable? Does the mechanics of it add up? If you're selling something for 10 euros, but it costs you 15 euros, you're going to go out of business very quickly. So the business model is not being fancy forecasts and 200-page business plans. Your business model is simply, does it make sense economically? So these are the three things that you're going to be judged on. I've got ahead of myself, typically. How is the pitching going to work? So each team is going to have 5 minutes to present. You'll have the use of the slides. You'll have the use of the sound if you need it. There's a little cable hanging over the back of the chair. That'll be followed up with 3 minutes of questions. I'm going to be really strict with all of you with the timing. So your 5 minutes will be strict. As soon as the 5 minutes are up, I will just start clapping. Everybody else will start clapping too. And even if you are still talking, they won't be able to hear you. Very good. I will be equally strict with the judges. So the judges are going to be strict with you. If they ask you a question and you launch into a story, they will cut you off. They're trying to get information out of you. So we're going to have a team pitching, and the following team, the order I'll put up momentarily, will be in what's called the on-deck area, which is these 3 seats over here, currently being occupied. They'll be unoccupied soon, I am sure. So if you're next, you're in these seats. When the team before you is having their questions done, the on-deck team is going to bring their laptop and plug it in. That makes sense? All right, so this is going to be slick. We're not going to have anybody forgetting, right? So when you're pitching, you pitch. When you finish your pitch and the judges are asking you questions, unplug your laptop and go and stand at the side. The on-deck team is going to come behind you and plug your laptop, their laptop in. That make sense? Great. Great. Have fun. Tweet. So the order for the pitches is going to look like this. Can you all see that? So let me run through it. First up, we're going to have the ugly sequin. Second up, we're going to have Beautiful Hotel. Then we're going to have Cthulhu Pitch Project. Then we're going to have I Hate Shopping. Number 5 is going to be the Last Minute Gift. Number 6 is going to be See the News. Number 7 is going to be Whim. Number 8 is going to be Spotty News. And number 9 is going to be Safex. Is there anybody who is expecting to pitch but is not on here? Great. Is there anybody on here who is not expecting to pitch? Great. Okay, so this is the order. Remember who is before you. Okay, so who are we going to have first? The ugly duckling, great. The ugly superman. Who is next? Where are you going to be? Over there, correct. What are you going to do when they're having their questions? You're going to be plugging in. Brilliant. Brilliant. So the last thing to say is this. When you plug your laptop in, the team before you is going to be having their questions. We don't want any distractions. So you might not know, but if you use PowerPoint or Keynote and you press B on your keyboard, the screen goes blank and everybody can stand in front of the projector. So nobody's getting blinded and there are no distractions. So when you put your laptop in, enter slideshow mode and press B on your keyboard. To undo, you simply press B again. B stands for black. And the screen goes blank. Press B again and it comes back. Simple? Cool. PowerPoint or Keynote. This will not work for web presenting tools. This will not work for Google Player or any other tool, but Keynote or PowerPoint. Okay. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions at this stage? Anybody at all? Brilliant. All right. So without further ado, we're going to give a huge hand to the first team of Super.
All right, hold on. Check. Okay. And then we use this. Go for it. Well, welcome. I'm here. Well, my name is Stefan. I'm going to talk a little bit about food. You may have wondered why there's so many perfectly formed vegetables at the supermarket. And maybe you wonder why aren't these foods there on the shelves? Well, a lot of that has to do with the global food resources distribution system. And if we look closer at the producers in this system, they have anywhere between 11 and 30% waste or losses before the market. And looking even closer at the vegetable market, there is up to 40% loss due to cosmetic and size discrimination. Well, further, additionally, in the Norwegian market, last year there was between 18 and 20 billion kroner of food waste. But you don't have to be angry about this food scandal. You don't have to be an angry voter. Because we're going to use this to our advantage and make a profit from the inner beauty of these vegetables. And we're doing that through the WC. It's a value-added food. And our strategy is to charge a little bit more for a tastier product that reduces the ecological footprint of the suppliers as well as the customers. And our approach is going to be, we're achieving this by partnering with the good folks over at Desmont, who provided our tasty soups this weekend, and a spicy chef from Brazil, and Sudi, our production partner, to make the MVPs. The grumpy onion, the lousy fish, the angry tomato, and the lazy potato. But more importantly, we're relying on, or banking on, the MVP persons. That's our customers. And through our market research, we've found that there isn't much customer loyalty or brand loyalty, at least within the Norwegian market. We also found that there is a demand or market for good soup that provides a warm feeling. Yeah, so we're actually ahead of schedule. But I'd like to invite my teammates up here to answer any of your questions. We've got Lupe, an economist, our in-house expert on economy, Adrian, Thomas, Arunas, another Thomas, and Noreen. Thank you.
Okay, so you're on my way, and the next team on deck, please take a seat. Judges, whenever you're ready, may I ask your questions?
Yeah.
I'm curious as to this presentation was very fast for me. I'm not sure that I grasped everything that you said. But have you done any kind of market research or report to the consumers or check if they're actually interested in this?
Yeah, we did a market survey, and we also went on the street and sampled or provided samples to some of the people out today.
And what was the result of the market survey? What's the purchase intent?
Yeah.
How many did you ask?
We got, what was it, 50 responses, and there are 32% were saying that they were interested in buying or devices on a weekly basis, anywhere between 1 and 5 times per week, and that they also buy, or they're very, not very, but 63% of them buy ecological or eco, bio, and fair trade products. And our intent is to position ourselves in line with that by reducing their waste.
But what was the purchase intent for this product?
There was some people that we met on the street that were saying they would buy this in the supermarket. They wanted this in the supermarket.
But do you have a percentage?
No.
How many people did you ask? How many said they would be interested at a higher price than what you could?
I want to point out that maybe waste is not the best word because, of course, we're buying this before it's wasted. It's perfectly good food, perfectly good fruits that they look ugly. So the thing is that we ask people, and they say, of course, this is just stupid that we throw this away. It tastes perfect. It has a perfect value. So in the street, everybody was supporting the people that were answering to us. So there was a lot of conformity with the idea of this.
More than half of people that we asked, they say that, oh, it's really about 40% of foods we go to the average just because it looks ugly. And they say, oh, it's sadness, it's madness. And they think, oh, certainly I will buy. And then we ask them to taste, to try the soup, and they like it a lot. There is even a guy who was so excited to have the soap, and they know it's really good that I would buy. And it's interesting because we say about value added food, and it's something like this. Norway lost 10 billion dollars per year because this food will go down just because it is ugly. It means that people in the grocery stores, in the supermarkets, won't buy it because no, it's ugly and I don't want it. Okay, so that's it.
Hello everyone. My name is Fernando Lasco. I'm the founder of Big for Hotel. This is an online platform that wants to revolutionize the way you book. hotels online. So, me as a traveler, and I think many of you face the problem that we love traveling, we love going to hotels, but it's often expensive. So we end up going to other alternatives that are less comfortable, maybe have worse location and are cheaper. And on the other hand, hotels face a problem of having losses if they don't achieve a 70% occupancy rate. So they have, on average, in Europe, 4 out of 10 rooms are empty and otherwise could be filled. So we think that this is a problem that has a solution. And the solution we have thought is bidforhotels.co. So this is a platform where consumers would choose what is the location of the hotel, how many days, what is the stars that the hotel, minimum stars that they would like to stay at, and they will set a maximum price. The hotels, on the other hand, will receive through our interface this bid and can accept the bid, reject the bid, or bid back if they think there is some room for negotiation. So right now, we have created this weekend MVP, our website, where you can send this, you can fill this form and we receive the notification. In the future, we would like to build our algorithm so we can match this supply and demand. And we've done some customer validation here. So we ran an online survey, which was answered by more than 80 people. We had personal interviews with potential customers, and we talked with hotel managers. And what we found is that, at least for the consumers, price and location were identified as the most important factors when booking accommodation. But the most interesting of all was that of the people that stay at hotels and also stay at other accommodations, so hostels, Airbnb, and such, 60% of them do not stay always in hotels because of price. So I think this is a very interesting factor. And then through our form, we also got 6 customers to inquiry whether they send a maximum bid, they send a location, whether our platform could find something for them. And actually, we managed to find 2 matches confirmed for this platform. So looking at competition, we can look at, if we look at saving per room for customers, we will find that Bid for Hotel will position itself at the very left, at the very right, which will mean that our service will be cheaper from the customer perspective than any other service. We will be cheaper than Booking.com, and we will be cheaper than Hostels World for the same equivalent accommodation. When it comes to automation, this means what is the cost that we will incur in providing the service. We also believe that given that our service will be a platform, a sort of eBay for booking hotels, will allow us to have lower costs than other services that need, such as hotels that tells people, or even Hotels.com that needs a normal communication with hotels in order to set these rates. So how we will make money? We believe that charging a 10% cut on transactions and a 50% cut on last minute transactions will enable us to make money and make this profitable. Actually, these numbers are in line with industry standards, and Booking.com, for example, charges on average between 15 and 25% commission. So in order to look into what is our marketing strategy, is a two-sided market. So we both have to work with the consumers and with the hotels. So we work with the consumers through, by chain and by city, and by the consumers through AdWords, social media, and also since we believe that our service will provide them with the best possible savings, I think word of mouth will definitely be a channel. The conclusion that we would like to sort of tell you is that we are revolutionizing the way we book hotels. We want you to never accept again a fixed price, but you will set your own price. So please join bidforhotel.com. Thank you.
That was a great pitch. When you're acquiring customers, how much will that cost per customer in?
Yeah.
How much does it cost to acquire a customer? Well, we have a couple of channels to approach our customers. One is AdWords, for example. For AdWords, I guess, customer acquisition would be around $5 per customer. And obviously, for the lifetime of the customer that is with us, we will make this money tenfold or more. So I think, does that answer your question?
Yeah, sure. Do you know if there's other sites offering haggling for prices on hotels?
Yes, so actually in the most famous site it's US based, it's called priceline.com. However, checking data on visitors and such, this site has almost no visitors from Europe, maybe because they don't do enough marketing, or I don't know. This site is actually number 182 in terms of visitors in the US, so it has potential. However, it has not managed to make a foothold in Europe. So I think we there can make a difference.
Okay, the two matches that you made.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Did you actually go through with them?
So we have, so they said, so we didn't go through, so we have not made the cash. But we have sent them the thing, and one of them said, well, we will confirm because I need my the embassy will confirm with you tomorrow.
Okay.
And another person.
So actually the first dollar could be on your account tomorrow.
Yes, in theory, yes.
Very cool.
Any more questions?
I'm wondering, I'm very happy to see that you actually did a market survey and you got the consumers feedback and their response, which is very, very good. Did you also do a survey with hotels?
Yeah.
Because what I'm curious is, if hotels are going to sit and manage this and do the bidding and back and forth and try and follow this up, are they actually interested in doing that?
Yeah, I can answer. We have talked only with a couple of hotels because it's weekend, but we have received really good feedback from them. And there's seasonal fluctuation between orders, and hotels know that. And there is a market share that we can take it, and hotels are interested, basically, because they need it.
Okay, so they will use the resources and follow up.
Yeah.
So where are you guys thinking your market is? Are you starting off in Norway? Or are you going to think Europe?
Yeah, so I think this needs at the beginning some city by city because you will need to contact the hotels and that's so
Hi, my name is Craig, and I'm the member of the Tulu Space Project this weekend. And I'm going to start off by showing you the website that we designed for it. I think that's the easiest way to explain exactly what we did and what the project is all about. So this is Tulu. Tulu is a tiny nation that has about 12,000 people in the South Pacific. And they have a huge problem, and that's rising waters and rising sea levels in the world. And Tulu is a very, very poor country, and so the quality of life is the greatest for these 12,000 people. And so they don't have any means to combat this issue of the rising sea levels. And this is the Tulu football team, and the problem is that they don't have their own football pitch, and therefore they can't be members. They can't be members of FIFA because they don't meet the requirements. So if they were to get membership, then FIFA would provide them with financial support, and thereby it would generate a lot of financial foundation to the country. And then they would get more national recognition and awareness, and better national identity, and it would generate more income for the country, and it would so the country could become more self-sustaining. So Tuvalu is actually expected to be completely submerged within 50 years. a crazy figure. And what we would like to do with this project is to build raise money to build this floating football pitch for the football team, so that they are able to become FIFA members. So we proposed for people to contribute by donating a small section of the football pitch that you can own personally, and we propose 20 euros for a small piece of pitch. So this website is actually online right now. So if you even want to check on your smartphones or whatever, you can go ahead. Yeah, the website is tuvalupitchproject.co. And the way we're going to advertise this is by social media, which is the best way to go these days. You can reach a lot of people. It's cheap, and it seems to be very, very cheap. And so this is a sort of image that we would use to make people aware. So we want to know if people would be interested in something like this. So we made phone inquiries, and we have projected income of 120,000 krona annually. And we also did online surveys. And some of in general, what we found out was that 66% of people didn't even know what the country, they had never heard of the country. So that was interesting to find out. And 95% of people said that they would donate for a cause like this. And the average amount they would be willing to donate was 15 euros. And 95% said they would understand the problem and solution. So we wanted to make sure that this was clear, that this project made sense to people when they looked at the website. And so some of the things that we still need to work on is a sleeker website, just improve it a little bit. And we have a tab in there on the website. If you check it out, it says more details, and some of those details we need to work out a bit more. So that's something we'll add to the website. And it would be nice to get some big supporters like big football teams like Ron, or some environmental organizations, since they hold a lot of clout, and so they can pull in a lot of people to raise awareness. And then finally, the last thing we would need to do is to launch the website link on social media such as Facebook and Twitter. And we would like to thank, we would like to thank the people. We had some helpers with the website. I forgot to put that in here, so that was a big help. And so then the last thing to do is to say Tuvalu, so people are happy there.
One of the things I was wondering is how much money you're looking to get. I mean, how much is it going to cost to build the pitch, and how many years do you think it's going to take?
Around about 800,000 euros.
I don't get it. FIFA enters with money.
Yeah.
How much money do they?
We didn't find an exact figure because that was one of the things that we were looking for, but we're talking about huge amounts of money, like up in hundreds of thousands of euros.
And when you factor in that there's only 12,000 people, that's actually a lot of money for.
But will it change the fact that Tuvalu isn't going to exist in 50 years?
Yeah.
But that was part of the self-sustainability part of it, that they would generate this base income, and then they would have more infrastructure, and it just creates a system where they have more income coming in, so they wouldn't completely be relying on them after a while, so they have more money to tackle these environmental issues.
Yeah, that's the part that throws me a bit. I don't quite see how FIFA membership is going to save the island. I can realize that they get some attention and they get some resources and get some money. They're relying on a small football team to save a whole island. I mean, how is that going to work?
That's the concept, generating money that can be invested in sustainable projects.
Will it be enough?
Yeah, that's enough to oversee right now. Like, we can't just save an island in a weekend. It's like a long-term project, but we just want to make sure that there's one thing, that's the money.
Okay.
Our
You said you were going to sell this through social media. Have you done any tests with that already?
Yeah, we haven't done any tests with that because it took a while to. I mean, I think it's very important to have the website up and running like perfect the way you want it, and we still have the tests of what you want it. I mean, we've got a good general idea of what we want to do and the goals, but so I think that's something that has to wait.
I have another question. With a small island of 12,000 people, do they actually need a full-size FIFA football stadium?
Yeah, it would be nice. They actually practice on like a mud pit right now. So even for their like development in football, it will be good. But it's one of the requirements as well.
So you think that the FIFA membership will generate enough attention to the island and their footballers to generate more money to the island? Is that
Exactly.
the thought? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the whole concept.
That's it.
Any more questions? Like, there's actually right now in New York, they're building like a pool that's filtering water. They're selling tiles of the pool, and there's absolutely no reason why they're doing it. So we actually want to link the same concept to a good cause. So that's
This is Ronan, and this is our customer problem. Does this feel familiar at all? Maybe? When you last bought a toaster, do you remember comparing 20 toasters and how enjoyable that was? No? We understand that people these days are overburdened with choice, and we want to try and help their simple purchase decisions to be easier. IHateShopping.co is our company, and it's what we intend to use to solve that problem. How it works basically is you'll go there looking for a toaster, and we'll give you one toaster. One toaster that's simple, that's reliable, that you don't have to think about too much, because you don't really care that you have the best toaster, or that you have a toaster that everyone else would want. You just want a toaster that toasts well enough for you to have. So that was our vision. We built a site pretty quickly, took it out to customers yesterday afternoon. So we spoke to about 20 people around the city. Also found this great Instagram account called Miserable Men that has the best. We stayed on this for hours, so we lost a bit of time there. But we went out and talked to about 20 people yesterday in the city, and we showed them our product. Through that, we're able to confirm what we assumed was our target demographic. It's skewed towards males aged 20 to 40, as you may gather. And we were pretty happy to hear that they had a very positive response to the brand I Hate Shopping. As you can see with this is our actual website. It's live on IHateShopping.co. We've tried to go very minimal with the design because we understand people are here to save time and effort. Basically, we know that they don't care about design or anything. They want to just get into the product, find the thing they want, get it and go. And that's what we tried to incorporate into our design ethos. So how we list these products is, so you might say, show me the toaster, for example, and we will return one toaster to you. And that toaster is something that our experts have trolled the web to find, and then basically to try and save you as much time and hassle as they can. For example, on our team we have an ex-chef who's with about 7 years of experience, so he tries to find the best high quality, good value kitchen items for you that will just save you time. And so instead of Googling knives for an hour, you can just go back to doing what you actually enjoy. So like I said, we've had the site up and running for about 24 hours now. When we came into building this morning and checked our account, we were surprised to see that we've actually had customers purchase things already. So last night, without any marketing whatsoever, we were able to actually make some money. So we had our first sales. I think it was some toothpaste and a knife. And there's been some others, but those were our first two. We're quite proud of that, and we think that it's a good sign that they clearly like our recommendations. And we're pretty proud of it, to be honest. In terms of commercial viability, our estimates are that if we get about 850 hits a day on our site, which is about the amount that our friends' blogs will make combined, we think through that and a conversion rate of about 4%, we can make about 200,000 krona per year. That's per year, not month. So we believe that we already have a business up and running. And yeah, we hope that you like it. And if you don't like shop, thank you.
I'm confused about how you're earning money from this.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
So the conversion rate is a reference we have referrals. So the links are, even though when we list products, we try and do so in a way that's independent. But where referral links are available, since we did this research on Amazon, for example, we use their referral program, then we make about 6% per product that we sell. So that gives us our cash.
So that means you're dependent on the consumer actually buying in the website.
Yes, so being referred to from our website.
Yeah, so it takes you straight to the page, and then you've got, if you have an Amazon account, you don't want to click buy. If you don't, then
Okay.
And it sort of leaves it open to which retailers we sort of direct them to. So we find out the product that we think is the best on somewhere else, we'll send it there, send it with some sort of referral.
Okay. Or if there's not, we can leave a blank link, but that would be very rare in the wait market.
I have a question. With no advertisement at all whatsoever, how did anybody find your webpage?
Sorry, so we showed it to 20 people at least yesterday out on the street, and then we talked about it in here, and I don't know actually how one of those early people.
But we're not complaining.
Yes.
Your presentation was very good. I'm impressed that you already had your video up and running and the website is working. So no doubt this is going to work. It's a completely unfamiliar problem for me that you're something that's beyond me. But assuming somebody thinks like you guys do, obviously, and if they want to buy a toothpaste, how does that work? Do you actually send them to a website, or do you just recommend one and they go to the store and find that one, or how does that?
The toothpaste, for example, we shopped into Amazon and they bought toothpaste. It was very strange.
What?
It's not a product that we expected to sell very well. It was just one of the things you don't think about. So we expect things like toasters, frying pans, stuff like that.
So a little bit bigger items.
A little bit bigger.
Groceries are kind of.
It depends on the person. What they're passionate about, they're never going to buy through our site, right? But what they're not passionate about, but they want one of, and they should get it.
Yeah, with respect to the toothpaste, it's something like things you always forget. Like you go to the supermarket, you remember, and then you think, oh, I forgot. And then website.
So if you have this as an expert advice for shopping, and you then have referral links, how do you explain the selling out part?
Yeah, so we actually wanted to add something at the end of the site, which is, it's not clear yet, but we haven't had time to go through the copy.
If you go to the site, at the bottom there's disclaimers, and at the top, which we try to convey a genuine.
Yeah, we're saying we're abiding by journalistic ethics, but we do take referrals where available. And we're attempting to be as impartial as possible. I don't think we
and we will have products on our site where we don't have referrals as well.
Yeah, no, that's part of it.
team of the See the News, you are now on deck.
Okay, everybody, hi. Get everybody's attention. My name is Mark, and the company I'd like to present our company today. It's called See the News, and our concept is news is greater than text. And I want to demonstrate this. Here, my name is Mark McDonald. I'm a journalist, copywriter, and translator. I'm from Canada. I like skiing and mountain biking. I've always lived an active lifestyle. I can see that maybe some of you, your eyes are glazing over. I'm losing some of you, so we need an alternative. This is kind of a basic graphic version of the text that we just saw. It's basically the same content. You get an idea of me quite quickly, I think, instead of having to read the text. Basically, the core of our idea is the problem of when you go to a news website, you're faced with a huge block of text, as we can see here. And in order to understand an issue fully, sometimes you have to get through an entire text, which is taxing, takes a lot of time. The solution, in this case, is to present news with graphics. In this case, we created an infographic, as you can see here. This is the same. This is the same content. That's the idea as in the article that we just showed in the previous slide. Next. What we are, we're a website. We're a mobile app. And as a journalist, there's something that I'm extremely excited about in this project. Who creates the content? You do. Users do. People who come to the website. It's an amazing example of citizen journalism, which I think is really cool. It's just anybody can go out, witness the news, and report on it. And the idea, whoever creates the content gets paid for it, and they also get their work published. Next. So our MVP, we went out and talked to, I think, 40 people out on the street. And the concept, what we proposed to them is we can send you an email, and we can have 6 of these kind of news stories presented in a graphical way. Would you be interested in paying for it? How much? And we got a very positive response. We got a lot of emails. I think we got about 20. So that was our validation. Our payment model, we're thinking of having a subscription-based model. We can see the figures here. The amount is not arbitrary, actually. We've done ran an online survey combined with being outside, talking to people in the city. This is kind of what people were around. They would take about $5 for each email. Market size, we're looking at people between 20 and 35. They're educated, I guess. They're interested in current affairs. And also another one would be partners. For example, organizations that deal with people with dyslexia, helping them to overcome their challenge. Marketing, yeah, we want to do social media too. We want to be on Facebook and Twitter. We want to offer a free trial to get people interested. What do we need? We need money. We need €50,000. We need that for technical development, content generation, marketing promotion. We're probably based in Norway, so we need lots of coffee and we need brown cheese. This is us. This is our team, and this wouldn't have happened without us. We're marketing people, we're business people, finance, journalism. Yeah, we're crazy. We had a good time. We need a designer. We had a designer, but she had to leave for personal reasons, so we need a designer. Get in touch with us. Thank you.
Who's up to see the news?
So where are you going to get the €50,000 from?
Yeah, that's what we need, investors. We need people who are excited about our idea. I talked about partners. In terms of partners, we've got further down the line media companies like newspapers in terms of giving us revenue. approaching organizations that deal with people who have reading difficulties. Anybody who, private actors, people who see potential in our idea.
So the business model that you showed, or the price points, those were for personal users?
Those were for personal users, people who want to access the content on our website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a two-part strategy. Partly you go directly to consumers, and partly you go to newspapers to sell infographics, basically.
Yeah, that would be in the beginning. We would do the subscription-based thing. Further down the line, we've talked about the option of having these visuals, these graphic news, and selling it to newspapers and other media.
Okay.
But that would be further down the line.
Who will be creating these?
Yeah, journalists and designers,
okay.
I think. And then again, the incentive would be they get paid and they want to have their work published. That's what I mean. As a journalist, that's the big thing. You want to have your work published when you're paid. And we're hoping that there will be people out there that will want to do that. And I think our surveys say that 70%. I think we had over 100 people responding to our online survey. We had 40 people on the street. 70% say they want graphic news. 30% say they want text. So I think there's a need there. So people will fill that need.
So the concept sort of reminds me of the oatmeal in some way, is it?
Yes, it's similar to oatmeal.
But it has to be free to gain traction, though.
Okay. Yeah. We've talked about that. We started with our subscription dates having a very high number. We thought, okay, we need to generate a lot of volume. Let's lower the amounts. We brought it, $8, $5, $4, I think it was, to bring it really down to get people interested. So it's not free, but we've talked about sharing on social media.
Okay.
If you share with 5 people, you get a free membership.
Okay.
And those people you share it get free access to the article.
Okay.
So I think you said that the public was going to create the content, but is it designers and journalists who's going to create content, or is it the public?
It's the public. It's the users.
So it is the public.
You think of like Wikipedia, it's the public that do it.
Okay.
But there has to be quality control, and we talked about that. So we would need a staff of journalists and designers who could check and ensure that the quality meets journalistic standards and ethics. So we would have staff as well.
And we will make a framework so the icons will be standardized. Okay. And it will be a team on the full page.
Okay. It will also be added the time of work because designers will want some new icons. They could contribute in the same style as well.
Okay.
Hello, we are Newsify. This is the team. I'm Jens. I'm a legal professional and industrial engineer. And this is Peter. He's a system engineer and IT specialist. And he's experienced as a consultant in nets. Newspapers today, they struggle with selling enough offline. The existing solutions they offer their customers is subscriptions, and their revenue is decreasing. Their customers, that can be, for example, Sarah, she's 23, she's a student in Bergen. She can't afford a subscriptions at all. She would like to read the newspapers from her local hometown, and she would also like to read other national newspapers. Another customer can be Peter. He's 56 years old. He lives in Bergen. He's an engineer. He subscribes to the local newspaper, but he would also like to read articles from other national newspapers and some technical online magazines. Our solution to this problem, we will implement a button for the non-subscribers, like read with Newsify. And when we see that they have repeat customers, they will get an offer of a subscription to the newspaper when it is profitable for the customers. How did we validate our solution? We made street interviews with 10 persons. 70% of them said, yes, I'm willing to pay for an article. They were willing to pay between 1 and 10 krone. One person even said she was willing to pay 70 krone for a special article that she wanted one special time. We made a minimum viable product. It was a test site with 2 options that we sent to a lot of people. The 2 options were pay per article, a little sum, or choose the subscription. So we had 73 visitors on this page, and 75% of them chose to pay per article. We also had a dialogue with media insiders. We emailed with Tor Olav Mørseth, which is a news editor of Bergen. He said, new payment models are something all media houses are working on. It is not important who made the solutions, as long as it covers our needs. We also talked to the editor of Haugesund's Avis. He told us, bad experience with payment walls. First, we gave away only 30% of our articles, but now we have to give away 70% of online content for free to secure traffic. So this is something newspapers really are struggling with. A solution has to be simple and easy. I'm positive to your solution and want a new presentation after startup weekend. Our business model is going to be super easy for the users. They are supposed to only click one time and then they can read the article without having a subscription or anything. Within Newsify, we have all the user details. We have a pricing mechanism like AdWords, for example, and we also settle all the payment structure for the newspaper for these articles that are sold only one time. 1 of 2 people read newspapers. A normal newspaper costs between 20 and 35 krone, and it's a decreasing number that's sold. If one reader reads maybe 5 to 10 articles per day, you sell them for between 2 krone, 4 krone. That's about the same amount as if you would buy a normal newspaper. In addition, this model, you have no production costs, you save payment processing costs, and also we think this will give the existing newspapers an increased volume. And of course, it's going to be a small cut for our company as well. We say we are the Spotify and Netflix in a market of quality journalism. We want to deliver a business model supporting quality and diversity in online content. What is our go-to-market strategy? We have already validated the readers. We have validated that there are interest with the newspapers of today. We want to find a pilot customer, a pilot newspaper, and make them fall in love, and that way we are in business. Yeah. Thank you.
So I was wondering a little bit more about the model of you taking a percentage. Would that be the number of articles sold through your application, or would it be a package deal to the newspapers?
Yeah, it's nothing fixed yet. We asked the editor, we talked to, we gave him a suggestion, and then we said maybe we take 10% of the total revenue, and yeah, he was fine with that. He didn't say anything to that. That's kind of an idea, but yeah, we haven't settled.
Sorry, and is the plan to sell this to one newspaper at a time? Is that
Yeah.
the plan?
Yeah, to start with one, see if it works, and then if it's a success, of course, other newspapers would like to have a solution as well. That's the idea.
So if you successfully integrate with one newspaper with an existing subscription model,
yeah,
and this is a success, how do you avoid them actually just taking this in-house in their existing solution?
Yeah, we can never prevent that 100%, but of course we have to think about that when we deal with them.
Okay, so you don't have any clear thoughts around how that can be
No, not how to protect the idea. There's also risk that people will steal your idea.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's a real pain you're trying to solve here.
Yeah, I had a problem myself. That's why I tried to.
Yeah.
I have to also compliment you because I was a little bit unsure in the beginning of what this actually was and how it was different from what I can get today. But I have to clarity of the presentation because you came to the end. I thought that was very good. So that was just a compliment, wasn't a question.
Do you think this could be a media in itself?
No, that's not the idea, because as soon as you try to be a media yourself, the newspapers are very skeptical. We sense that with the editor we talk to. Are you going to be, you have your own page with articles?
Yeah.
No, we don't want to cannibalize the existing media. That's the idea. There are solutions out there that try to collect articles, but that's...
That was my question. What's your competition? Does something like this already exist on the global market somewhere? Or?
There exist a lot of different solutions. They're trying to solve the same problem, but as we see it, no one has managed to solve it yet, because the newspapers still sell their subscription and there's no possibility to buy one article at a time.
Very good.
All right.
Yeah, hi, we're Vim, your dream calendar. With a crowded week, planning dates with your friends is quite difficult with text messages back and forth. So access to other friends' calendar would be very useful. So many people like to read blogs, including me. And I read blogs to get inspiration on how the bloggers are kind of like planning the week and how they are setting up their training program. So what if there was a way for me to go in and see my friend's calendar and see how they are putting up their training schedule to get inspiration?
Yeah, that would be very nice to look at your calendar. So we're watching that it's a growing trend online now to where people are sharing their calendars actually. And if you look at this picture here, this is a picture from a top blogger. She's sharing her weekly training program. So we tried to test it, and we got an Instagrammer here in Bergen to share her training program on Instagram. And she received 47 likes in 10 minutes. So that's good. We think it's a growing trend to share your calendar online, but there's no tools where people can interact. And we think that we are onto something disruptive here. We believe that we can make the calendar a new thing. So we want to take your paper notebooks, your calendar habits, mix them with social aspects like comments, shares, and liking, and turn them into a dynamic calendar. We want to make sharing your calendar easy with friends and make your calendar look colorful and not gray. We want to make your calendar modern, social, and open, like this here, where you can comment on your friends' events. We want to make your calendars active and not static.
Yes, so this is an example of how the design might look like. It's very early on, but this is women news. So here I can see what my friends are doing right now. And I can even go in and look and see what Morten is doing. So I tap on Morten's name and voila, I can see his profile. And I see that he has a spinning, that he's going to set on a spinning. So I think that's great because we're having a coffee date later on. So I'm gonna whip it. I'm gonna join him. Yeah.
Yes. So next slide. So we went out to the street and talked to people, and we got a very positive response. We actually got 6 girls on camera stating that they like this concept. We didn't know them, so this is real and this is awesome. You can see the other videos afterwards. Here's one.
Sånn jeg kan lettere finne på ting med vennene mine. Jeg synes det virker veldig greit, for da er det lettere å samarbeide med kjæresten hvordan vi skal legge opp uka. Og det er veldig smart måte å planlegge på en ny måte, som jeg synes er veldig genialt.
Yeah. We didn't know these girls. This is really cool, and we have more videos to show you.
So, who is our target customers? It's those 3 girls, it's me, but it's also women between 18 and 30 years. And there are about 400,000 women in that age category, and 280 of those women are actually blog readers. That's 70%. So that's pretty cool.
So the business model here, we're looking at making in-app purchases available in this application for our users to buy stickers, skins, fonts, and colors, and icons to customize the design of their calendar. Because we see in real life that girls, women, tend to make their calendars look nice. So we want to make them able to make their calendar look nice in the application. We have some costs for developing and marketing. We have an awesome developer on our team, which don't require salary. And we need some equipment and cloud storage, but we got $100 from Amazon this weekend, so that's good. Next slide, please. So we have some financial forecast here. It's pretty dark. Year 1, 0, year 2, 0. But we want to target early adopters to gain traction, and we want to grow a loyal user base, and then try to turn this product into a profitable business. So if we have some time left, 23 seconds, this is our actual live application, which is Ruby on Rails. So you can log in and you can see, for example, what Torstein's up to.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were so ambitious. Wow, I really like that calendar.
So this is actually up and working, and Camilla, you should
have your exam on
you should fill out
Friday. You fill out your calendar.
Yeah. And,
and our team. Yeah. Our great team. Thank you for an amazing weekend.
Could you explain to me a little bit more about the loyal user base that you want to build up?
Sure. That's gonna be girls that are into like the girls that like to read bloggers. So every week the blogger that I'm talking about, she's called Caroline, and whenever she announces her training schedule, the girls are crazy. They're commenting. There's so many comments, and they're like, "Oh, I really love to read your how you put up your training schedule. This is amazing. You're such an inspiration." So that's how we're gonna make them addicted to this, to get response from other friends when they post a calendar, which is really nice and well thought through. So yeah, that's how they're gonna receive likes and comments and be addicted to people sharing them on when they're reading and they're exercising. Yeah.
So you want people that already have followers to start using your application, right?
No, also normal girls like me, Camilla.
it's like a two-sided thing. You want to look into your calendar to your friends to see what they're up to and see if you can call them and hang out with them. But you also want to be able to follow, for example, famous bloggers, politicians, to get inspiration on how to structure your life, because it's hard to plan. So people go online to get inspiration. That's what people do. So we want to make them able to get inspiration to set up a good week and a good structured week.
There's obviously an age thing here, because I don't really get this. I mean, do you go online to see other people's calendars to structure your own life?
To be inspired.
To be inspired.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes when you're at school and your friend sits next to you and she has this really beautiful schedule where she has planned her life down to the tiniest detail.
Yeah.
You kind of tend to look at, oh wow, she has an interesting life, and oh, I want to have a calendar like that, but I don't have that skill. So we want to build this tool that girls can, or boys can use that tool to create a structured day and week, and so that you can see other people's week and you can comment on them and like them. And like I said, if I see that Morten is going on spinning and he's my friend, I can, oh cool, he's going on spinning tomorrow at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna join.
So what's the difference of joining each other's Outlook calendars?
Well, Outlook is not a very modern and social way of sharing your so, and it's so Outlook is a corporate way of sharing your calendar, and this is a calendar for friends to share their activities.
Right. Or like an inspiring person. I wouldn't call Caroline and blogger and say, hey, could you share your Outlook calendar with me? But maybe she would like to share it with me.
everybody. I want to introduce you safex.co. We are providing safe and sustainable tombstone solution. It sounds very mobile. The story I'm going to tell you here is my own experience. My parents died 2 years ago, and I was walking on the churchyard. I was together with my wife to put some plants on the graveyard. I was touching a graveyard, and the stone fell over. I checked more on this, and it's the same thing in graveyard after graveyard, and the percentage is about 50-50. So it's not good enough, the existing solution. There are 1.5 million existing graves in Norway, and sorry to say, we're all going to die. So it affects us all. 42,000 die every year, and 40 to 60% of the present graves, they need refurbishing in one or another kind. Not you have this situation. The present situation is like this, and it's the same way as it has been the last 50 to 100 years. It's not much development. 4 years warranty today. We want to supply 15 years of warranty and a quite new solution which is adaptable to the own stones. We have done a problem validation, talking to people in the graveyard, 4 groups of people, and we are also talking to the Norwegian Graveyard Society, to the funeral agency, to the tombstone suppliers, and of course to the end customers who see this. And we got 100% match that everybody thinks that the present situation is not to live in. Okay. You got it. We have checked the market. We had found the target. We had different lines of reaching the customers and different kinds of cooperation. And we have defined the competitors. There are not many competitors technically in this. There's one person in Sweden with an almost similar solution to the ones we got in Norway. And there's one guy who has developed a system which needs a lot of digging, deep hole digging in Sweden. Cost and revenue. Our unit cost is calculated to Norwegian 300 kroner per unit delivered to Norway. The technical part of it is well proven. All the equipment which goes into the ground is technically proven all over the world in different applications. We see a revenue per unit 1,100 kroner, and there's a potential of the number of units sold. If we hit 10% of the existing graves, or 165 million new graves, we think that this would be a change of a regime because it's so much better. It's endurable, it's environmentally friendly. We think we can get 80% when you get this regime shift. 37 million and total expected yearly revenue of 202 million. Of course, that will go a bit down when you have done this refurbishing of the existing graves, but there will always be a need for change. We have done a marketing strategy, and we have a clear mind on how we're going to meet the market and release how we're going to do this. We have established a project task force, which consists of the marketing sales function, Marianne Dansen, myself on a technical and product development, business development, Avis Kali, and planning and finance, Joachim Tvedt. We are also going to get good advice from Gedus Salusedisius. And we are asking for your support to drive this further on. Thank you.
Can I ask a question about how is this device actually going to work? And we saw a drawing, but I'm not sure that I understood from the drawing what is this?
Technically, it's a ground screw, it's called, and it's used for foundation of all kind of buildings and signs, traffic signs all over the world. You can get it in different sizes for different forces.
You
And
screw it in.
it's screwed by an hydraulic tool, which is also proven technology.
And everybody needs to have this hydraulic tool available in the graveyard then to be able to do it. Or
Yeah, not every, the one who's certified to do
Yeah.
it, and that's the same as today. They need special equipment to
so
do
it's a
this work.
screw that goes into the ground and then you put the tombstone on top of it, or
Yes. Not directly. We are making a foundation part in between, but a universal head which can be horizontal. So if you need to do some adjustment after you have put this on, you do it and tighten and put it up on a standard interface, which is the same as is used today.
right? Okay.
Would it be enough to address the whole market by going through the agencies?
We have considered different ways of doing this, and it depends on how the different stone agencies want to have the cooperation. Because it's fairly that they will lose, as we think we will guarantee in 15 years, they will lose the kind of work which they have today to refurbish and refurbish and refurbish.
Okay, so there's a business model there already that you will disrupt.
We have a business model which we want to go for as alternative one, but we have alternative ways to go. And we have also looked at different kinds of bundling possibilities with other people doing work on the same grade with other things, planting, washing, steaming, or which can give synergies.
Okay.
This is probably a universal problem, isn't it? Wherever they have tombstones. Have you thought of any expansion plans?
Yes, we have, but at this moment we can't state the whole situation all over the world because it's a cultural thing, it's a geographic thing with frost and tele, water. But we know for sure Sweden has exactly the same problem, has had it for years, and a little girl was killed by one tombstone coming over. But of course, we think this is the universal problem as far as this solution is used as a tombstone, not a tomb chamber or something like that.
Will you be able to protect this idea?
We are looking at that, and we think that to a certain degree we can protect it. We can't protect the screw because that's a universal thing which is used for a lot of purposes and made by different vendors. But the connection we can protect and the use of the solution. We want
Yeah, hey guys, good evening. Yeah, so we are Last Minute Gift, and we are Michaela and I. And you know, guys, we live in a very busy world, right? We go travel, we have friends everywhere, all around the world, but still, we do care for them. So the thing is that what will happen when you, for example, are a person who are a career woman, lives in a very busy city, and you are, for example, sitting on the bus, and you realize maybe you will check your phone and maybe you will check Facebook, but oh, something shit. Oh, your best friend's birthday. What the hell are you going to do? Post a Facebook status, perhaps? No. But she lives in the United Kingdom. What can you do actually? She lives in Oxford. So, but you don't really have a clue. And Facebook status are really terrible. You want to make them feel special, right? So what you can do is like a very bright idea. You can actually give them a gift, not by shipping, but by this what's called a last minute gift. You just put in what you would like to give. For example, wine, if you live in Oxford. So that's what you have to fill in this app. So you just choose whatever you feel like you want to send, and your friend will be happy to receive. You just pay, very easy, quick, put in your number, and then it's really done. You don't have to consider anything else when she's going to receive it, how much is the shipping going to cost, and you will know that your friend will
receive this gift just within 3 hours. And then you can reveal the stress and happily go to your meeting. So, Sophia chose wine, but as I said, you can choose whatever you would like to send, like sports gear or whatever. So, would people actually use this stuff? That's what we were asking ourselves as well. And then we figure out by doing this interview with a lot of people, 30 people, and 21 of these people said that they are actually feeling this problem, and they said that they will be very, very happy to use this, and they will solve so much problems they have. So after that, we'll consider, but will we actually earn any money for it? And actually, we also have a solution for that. And the solution is referral fee. So what that is, for those of you who doesn't know what it is, it's something we just take some part of the money when people are paying for it in the first place. So we ask people, are they willing to pay higher prices for this type of service? And they say, yes, I would pay like 30% more than what I have to pay when I go physical to the shop. And do we have some competitors? Yes, we actually do that. But the thing is that we are the one where you only have to use 3 clicks. You only have to find a gift and pay it, and then you will make sure that your friend have it within a couple of minutes. And it is very fast for you. You can do it while you're on the run. And next steps for us is actually to make partnership with web development companies and test websites and the app itself. Is it going to work? Because we're only a creative designer and a creative mind. So this is something we would really like to test, and our plan is to share it with our friends in our network. Actually, I realized today, while I was so busy attending this awesome startup weekend event, I realized that my friend, she lives in Hawaii, but oh shit, what was I going to do about that? And then I would definitely think that this app will be so great for me, so they could deliver the gift for her just within 3 hours. So that's it.
So I'm wondering if you could explain to me a little bit about the logistics of this, because you're saying referral, so you go to local websites, and I'm just like, you're guaranteeing that the gift will be delivered within 3 hours. Who's responsible for that delivery, first of all?
Yeah, that is some type of contract we have to make with the business itself. And we're also considering to make something like a map. So for example, when you choose the place for the gift to be delivered, you will see that on a map, and you will see in circles what options can you have. For example, there's a bakery over there, and it takes 20 minutes to deliver it. Oh, but there's a wine shop over there, and it only takes 15 minutes. So you can choose within the distance from this where the center is, where the gift will be delivered. So you can choose for itself, like, should it take short time, or do you really want to give them the sports gear or something like that? Yeah. So you have to evaluate. Is there a certain gift you want to give, or is it important for you to bring it out very fast?
So, but have you guys talked to businesses? If they would be interested in something like this? Is it only then businesses that have online stores, for example, or?
No, it's also like local shops who want to be a part of it, and maybe they also want a place extra to sell it. And it's pretty much it. And we also consider to expand this. For example, if you don't really want to give a bottle of wine or something regular, you can choose push the button like need ideas, and you can give something creative. There's a local artist in that place, and you have heard that she's a huge fan of that local artist in Bergen, and she would really like to have some art for that person, because the only thing that she's been talking about when you've been talking to her on the phone is that the artist that she's been attending in this gallery. So then you know that it could also benefit the local economy, whatever the type of service is. So it is really up to you what type of gift would you like to give or what type of gift would you like to receive. So then we will find the businesses, and we also have a feedback service where people can make suggestions like, I want this, I want that, I want to give this to my mom, I want to give this to
Okay.
yeah.
How are you actually going to recruit these vendors, and are they willing to drive out this gift within 3 hours? Put themselves in a car and drive if it's a small local store, maybe just a one-person store.
They sign a contract, so they agree, they have.
Okay, so how are you going to recruit all these millions of little stores, local
It's
stores?
just like Airbnb. It's platform.
Okay.
And you join the platform, and you have to guarantee that service.
Okay.
How will you market this?
Oh, social media, and viral.
And first we're like in the testing, so we want to make sure that it works and people are like, oh, this is so great.
Congratulations, guys. That was absolutely fantastic. I'd like to give you some. Leo agrees with me. He says, well done. So, 3 things. Go downstairs and clean your desks. It is somebody else's office, and they would like it the way they left it on Friday. There is beer tokens downstairs as an added incentive. And there's a little photo booth with funny hats and stuff that you can try on. The results will be back here in half an hour. So the judges, you have half an hour to deliberate. Everybody else, you have half an hour to go and clean.
Yeah, and everybody's interested in puns now. We continue. Because that's the target market. It's possible to immediately just know more about my startup. Personally, you can just help somehow. Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, but because I did send an email after the first. I didn't get any response, so that's why. Yeah. But I'll do it. Forget that. Forget that because I'm new in this area where where's my doctor? So any I'm just trying to figure out which environment it should be. Maybe rent out some place here or I've got Bergen. So the important thing is it's not that they did it, but yeah. I just think I have to admit it's been quite a lot. So this event more than 2 Friday we have oh yeah, I would like to go and where everything is here. Yes. Is it? Where's it going to be? I think it's going to be at the end. Okay. The other is like is there any information on your website or? Where can you find it? I'll find more. Exactly. That's what I do here. I really like this idea. Solutions for keeping them straight. Yeah. So it's glue in the ground. Where basically solution for that. Which is real, which is the problem with the here already. Oh, that's good. That's not even an application. Yes, sort of. So this is solution and this problem also. So from your side, they are looking for new incomes, and they kind of struggling with that. Like, they're not any new markets, or is it just because they have been experimenting. Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they said. There were some experiments, but yes, they tried to do it better. What they said, it didn't happen yet. Yes, streaming. So I also decided to hear who's the winner. It's in measuring this time here, and it's to see how people develop over pitches, ideas, pivots, and one of the keys they use to finding ideas. They are really, really good. So I was kind of not sure if they're gonna pitch lessons. And I'm very happy. So it's something I was participating in that, so it made myself. And new perspective as a learner, it's very interesting. I know this is not something that needs that directing with it's just a science and to have 5 more hours still do wide. Just focus on the simple product that you want to do. Yeah, because they have to have exactly. They get so excited about brainstorming. And it's like a lot of things happening. And then build up around it. After a while,
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I think it's worth reiterating what Leo said. You guys did absolutely fantastically. You made it very difficult for the judges. And I'd really like you all to give yourselves a huge round of applause for some fantastic presentations. Okay, so hopefully you all cleaned. You picked up your beer tokens, you took some weird photos, and now we're about to have the results. But before we get into the results, of course, there's got to be that little piece of anticipation where I'm going to talk for far too long. So hopefully this weekend you have actually learned something. And that doesn't need to be you've learned how to make loads of money. What I really hope you've taken away is you've learned how to take something that is this weird idea you have in your head, and you've learned the first few steps to validate that idea. And you've learned the first things you need to do when you want to start to create a business. How do you take this weird idea and turn it into something that could end up being a really big career? So hopefully you've learned that at the very least. Hopefully you've learned some other things, picked up some skills, learned about your community, blah, blah, blah. So it's worth pointing out this thing about community. You are now part of a global community. As I mentioned on Friday, there were 95 startup weekends just like this one happening all over the world this weekend. Next weekend, there will be about 150. Yeah. It's good, it's good. So if you've met people this weekend, you're like, you guys are really cool. I found people a little bit like me who are prepared to spend a weekend working on an idea rather than sleeping in and wasting the weekend. Then you've now got the opportunity to find the same people all over the world. We've had some fantastic judges, coaches and mentors throughout the weekend. So it's worth giving these guys a big round of applause for being here. And I'm going to make you do it again because the organizing team never get enough thanks for these Brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so what's next? About 12% of startup weekend companies that get created at weekends like this go on to be real companies. And that statistic is taken from the last sort of 7 years of startup weekends. About 12% go on to be real businesses. And I would love if at least one of the companies created today makes up part of that 12%. Yeah. So teams are greater than ideas. You had this experience this weekend where you came with an idea and you realized that once you got some collective minds around it, the idea morphed into something. Sometimes you realize that what you had in your head wasn't particularly good, and you tested it with the market and you pivoted slightly into something better. So teams are better than ideas. But having said that, you're still going to fail. In fact, what? 90% of you are going to fail. But that's all right. Because it's usually the people who have tried something once or twice or 3 times that end up being the really successful ones. And as part of that success, Up Global, the sort of umbrella brand for Startup Weekend, put on 4 different types of programs to help you take this idea that you created this weekend into something new, into something bigger. There's Education for Entrepreneurs, which is a program specifically designed to solve problems around education. There's Startup Next, which is the logical next step after Startup Weekend. Like, all right, we've got this idea, we've validated it, we know that people kind of want it, we think we've got a little bit of money, or maybe we've got some people who said they wanted to use it. Yeah, now what? What do I do on Monday? That's what Startup Next is designed to solve. There's not one in Bergen yet, but I've been assured there will be soon. There is Startup Digest in Bergen. Startup Digest is the place to go if you want to find out any information about the events that are coming up this weekend, next weekend, and every weekend after that. And finally, there's Startup Week, which is a new program designed to fill 1 week with all sorts of startup related events. Interestingly, next week, as in tomorrow and onwards, is Global Entrepreneurship Week. And there is a lot happening in Bergen for you to get involved with. And if you want any of the information about that, Jorgen is the person who can tell you everything. He's probably been trying to tell you all weekend. But really, show your community some love. You should use it. You can clap for it. And there's 3 ways that you can do this. You can organize another startup weekend just like this. You can be part of an organizing team. You don't need any qualifications. The only rule is, as we've seen, you don't need any qualifications. The only rule is that you must have attended a startup weekend event before. So fortunately, you've all passed the first and only rule. Attend the next event. Come back. Bring your friends. It's happening in April. Yes, it's happening in April. We've just made it happen in April. It's on the slide. And check out the other events that are happening this week and around this week in Bergen. Okay, so a few more things. This weekend is also part of Global Startup Battle. So all of you have competed, whether knowingly or unknowingly, on a global stage this weekend. There have been hundreds of cities, as I said, there are 95 this weekend. There are thousands of people, and you get to win actually really quite cool prizes, like flights out to see the best of the best in Silicon Valley, flights up to Seattle to meet all of the Up Global core team and get a week's intensive mentoring. You get tens of thousands worth of dollars of prizes to take your idea onto the next level, should you choose to continue to compete. And all you need to do to compete is submit a small video, a short video, I think it's about 90 seconds, to the GSB website. You can all do this regardless of whether you're a winning team or not. So just choose the track for you. If you're a team that's led by girls, you can apply for the Startup Women track. If you are something, nobody's education focused here, right? No. If you're a social responsibility startup, you can submit your video to do the kind thing track. And if you're anybody else, I guess you submit to the innovators track. But for the winning teams, for the winning 3 teams, you submit yourselves to the champions track. And you go head to head with every other winning team from around the world this weekend and next weekend, which is really cool. Like I said, there's loads of prizes. But what I really want to see is that somebody from Bergen brings the glory home so that we can all do this all the time. Right? Because there is nothing more powerful for a community than to see like regular people end up being global success stories. And I really think that there are teams here that could be that, particularly our winning teams. Okay, so last thing from me, because I've got low battery, stay connected, take a picture of this, tweet, get involved on the social networks, and finally, we love you. Without further ado, I'm going to invite the judges to give you all a little bit of feedback. They're going to give you 30 seconds to a minute to each team to explain a little bit about what they liked and what they would have liked to have seen more of. So, judges, I'm going to invite you to give feedback to all of our 9 teams. You might need to swivel your chairs around and speak up loud and clear.
I'm first, right? So, ugly suplex. Really liked your idea. It was very well thought out. You definitely found a market. That was really interesting. We're very impressed by the packaging, the serving the soup, and everything. It was a good follow through of your idea. We did, however, sort of question the feedback that you got from people on the street. From our experience, people will say that they'll buy sustainable food, but will they really when they go into market? And the second thing was we missed a more concrete plan of getting your product into the stores and to the market. But other than that, it was a really great idea, and we loved also the way that that you package the product into something beautiful, something ugly to something beautiful. We really like the name Ugly Souffles. So well done.
So bid for and tell, please raise your hand. So I'm doing a lot of traveling. I love haggling prices on anything when I'm doing that. And I think you did a really good job in making a solution simple and with a really good user interface. It was also pretty clear how you were going to make your money. What I would like to see more of is definitely the hotel's reactions to this, whether this is really scalable, because it will take some effort from the hotels to match this. And if that happens, you might have a really interesting scalable business model. That needs to be validated yet, but really good effort this week. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. It's me, Tuvalu, right? Yeah. Tuvalu? Really liked the website. It was very beautiful and lovely. Your end product, I mean, the website at least was really nice and encouraging, and people really wanted to learn more about Tuvalu and what's happening there. It's a really interesting perspective about contacting FIFA and getting a football pitch built to create more revenue, I guess, money for Tuvalu and saving the island from sinking, or not sinking, sorry, for being submerged in water. But we did feel that it was very complicated message. So your message became very unclear, and it wasn't. Yeah, you have some challenges with the packaging and the communication of what it is exactly. Why aren't we just donating to the island, but instead looking into FIFA suddenly becoming, the world saviors of an island that's gonna be submerged in water? But really good work. I was really impressed with your presentation, which was also very clear and well done. Sorry. So it's I Hate Shopping. That's the next one. It was a very simple and fun idea. Kudos for coming up with a concept that made everybody laugh the minute they heard about it. It was very, yes, again, I think I'm going to say this several times. It was very clear what this product was going to do and how you intended on earning money from it as well. We thought, yeah, it was a very funny and good idea. It was we loved the logo because you understood exactly what was going on right then and there. Also, again, kudos for getting somebody to actually use your product and putting some money in there. That was really interesting as well. We did sort of question if this I Hate Shopping was the right way to go around this, or is this more a personal shopper type of experience? I felt that I would use this, for example, when I was going to buy speakers. Buying speakers, there's way too much information for me to handle, and I would like to use something like that. But I don't know if I go to a site that says I hate shopping. But very well done, all in all.
The next presenter was See the News, guys over there. So the media is definitely just in a big change now, and I think it's interesting how you want to go in there and make content available like you're planning to do. The way you showed us how infographics can quickly make you grasp the message much quicker, much easier than reading a full article made a lot of sense. On the business model, I think I would like to see a more clear business model. Maybe not a two-sided one, maybe just one model. Potentially that could be for the media to buy this. Or you could become like the Oatmeal or another page where you get this content, so you become a media yourself. I think you have to nail it down to one. I'm not sure which one it will be, but that's my recommendation. But interesting concept. I think you also showed that you are a good team to produce this. So yeah, like that. Thanks.
So, Newsify, where are you? Back there. Good. We really liked your presentation. We think there could be a market for this, like you described it. As I think I mentioned earlier as well, I think that the presentation was very graphically, very good and explanatory, really simple to understand. We think maybe there's some questions about will the media make more or less money on this than the system they have today? We think that maybe that's the make it or break it. And why haven't they thought about this themselves if this is a better solution? But I think it's worth exploring, and you obviously have some follow-up meetings to do after this weekend, don't you? So good luck with that anyway. So Wim, where are you? Oh yeah, that's right, the young crowd. Yeah. As I said, there's obviously an age gap thing.
We appreciate your very enthusiastic presentation. You really got into this. You've done your research and you obviously know what you're talking about. It's a classic innovation case where you found a new solution to a problem for the target group. Obviously, I'm not in the target group. So we think that providing this is true, the problem and the solution works, and this could be the next big social media thing. We think this has real potential. So thank you for a good presentation. One more thing. You can leave Outlook calendar for all these. It's okay.
So next out was Safix. You guys here? Yeah. So again, a very specific problem and a very specific solution. I think you clearly explained how this would solve what is known from media as a problem, and I think that was really good. As for the business strategy, I'd like more clarity. I think there's one point where you can sell this, and that's when the family is sitting down with an agent and preparing the funeral. I think that is the one point. And I think you have a really good opportunity to make a very simple MVP. And that MVP is a form with an additional box to tick. If you get one of the agencies to do that in front of 20 families, how many will tick that box? Will you have this tombstone anchored? It'll cost you 1,000 kroner. If that box gets ticked 20%, 30% of the times, well, you can do the math, you have a business case. I think you should do that. And also, obviously, the protection part is something that needs to be considered because it's fairly easy to copy that idea, but it's a short, you're not that far away from getting this verified, which is really valuable for a startup. Thanks.
And the last minute gift, girls. Where are you? Back there? Good. I have to say, I loved your presentation. The way you designed it, the way you presented it was different. You obviously put a lot of work into your presentation. So I'm very glad you got it to work because it was beautiful and it explained the product and how you thought it will work. We think it's a good idea, but to give you some advice, you might need to go deeper into how you're going to actually go around this logistically, how it's actually going to come together, and so you can make money on this. But other than that, again, a beautiful presentation. Thank you.
Cool. Well, thank you, judges. I'm now going to hand over to Rune, who has been a superb host for the weekend. The majority of the weekend he's been entirely invisible, but now we're going to make him very visible and put him up here on the stage. Not only has he provided this venue, but he's also provided some of the prizes. So I'm going to hand over to Rune for 5 minutes, and hopefully your website will appear up on the screen in 2 minutes.
Okay, so I'm Rune. I work for NC Media, the media cluster, and I just gave you the keys to this house for the weekend. And you can see that. So this is a house of industry leaders, and I think it's very good to have these things happening here, putting things to life in the way these to life. That's how they started. So I think you're very happy with this. I'm going to be short. I work as a project developer, and I do a lot of work with startups. I also do a lot of work with established companies, and my goal is to help them develop their business ideas, to get funding, and to get connections and do networking with the business. And we are the media and technology business in Bergen. And all the major companies is part of our group. So as part of that, we always support Startup Weekend, which is a great thing. And I always give a few of my hours away to the three best teams. So please give me your names afterwards and just make an appointment, and I will help you the best I can to develop your ideas and maybe get you connected to some of the companies within the media sector if that's interesting for you. If not, I'll just give you some free business advice. Hopefully that will help. There are some events this week that you should not miss, especially on Friday, the one that we are doing. Not to forget all the others, but this is a breakfast meeting about crowdfunding. So we get some advice and some stories, both from Kickstarter and funded by me from Sweden, and some of the entrepreneurs who have used it. And you also get free breakfast, of course. But afterwards, that's kind of the key for you. I think all of you should bring your team and take the opportunity, because there's a speed at Innovation Norway. So we get probably 15 minutes just to pitch your idea. And that's something you normally can't do. You have to make a meeting, and they will have to look at your ideas and say, this looks great. Come back next year when you've thought more about it. So this is a very good opportunity to get to pitch your idea and get some of them interested in what you're doing. So please sign up for the breakfast meeting on Friday and the speed dating afterwards. It's a really good for startups. Okay, now I'm very interested just to see how this will turn out. Thank you for being your host. It's just great. The website is ncmedia.no. There you can find information about the breakfast meeting.
Cool. So, without any further ado, I'm going to invite Catherine and Julia to the stage, who have been our two lead organizers for the weekend and are responsible for hosting So thank you, girls. They are going to present the three winners to Startup Weekend Bergen.
I object.
You object?
Because I'd love if all the mentors and all the other organizers could come in the front here and show their faces and get all your applause, please. So we've had 4 mentors this weekend. I think most of them, Lynn is still here, and I think Håkan and Annette are still here. And yeah, please come to the front. Yes. So we've got almost all the organizers. So all the organizers want to say thank you to the mentors and judges. We've got some local goodies for you. Do you want to? Yes, that would be really nice. Everyone gets a card also. I did some calculations just for fun. You know, we organized this for 4 months, and then we've had some very qualified mentors here and very qualified judges. And then I figured, okay, what would that cost if someone had paid us for that? Because all of us work for free. And I figured only 500 krona an hour, which is like really cheap freelance price. And if we had to pay for this venue and all that. So such an event would cost up to 400,000 krona to host. So no matter who will be winning, who will be announced as a winner, I want you to know that all of you have won. Because you've made a big investment in yourselves. And all of these people believe in you. And I think you should believe in yourselves too. Thank you. tusen takk, alle sammen.
Yes, prices. Okay, prices. Do you want to hear them?
Yeah.
Okay. So the hub will give prizes to all three winning teams, third, second, and first place. The hub is a co-working space and a hub for ideas. So I'm at the hub, for instance, and a lot of other people here as well. It's more than a co-working place. It's also a place where you can come and discuss ideas. You can come to events that they arrange. It's a place that they want people to come and create new ideas. So that's
Where change goes to work.
Where change goes to work. So second and third place will get Connect membership, which will give you access to their events. And first place will get 1 month of access to the co-working space. Just talk to us afterwards and we'll figure that out. Okay?
Yes, so we come to the third prize, I suppose. The Hub Connect membership on top of Rune's qualified business development advice goes to Same Things.
So, second place, also Connect membership at the hub and consulting with Luna.
Goes to Who Hates Shopping? Since you hate shopping, we've got an extra gift for you. So you don't need to choose. It's the matching tie to your jacket. Sponsored by Sima, a man with fantastic style. So I suggest that you get some style advice for your IH.
We're impartial. We'll review it.
So first place, third weekend, round 5. So prizes will be also 1 month of co-working space at the hub. It would be also consultants hours with Rune and a website with Senkita and Sime. He made the website for Lorry Jewels that was at the previous startup weekend. It's really cool. And it will also get a workshop with the Business Model user group. So the Business Model canvas that you've been working on this weekend, they're going to invite people to do like a ideation, brainstorming, and workshop with your idea.
Yes, and you guys, you have not been any wimps. You've just came up here on stage and rocked it and just win it. So, I'm gonna cry.
So, an absolutely massive congratulations to you all, especially our winners. You guys did brilliantly, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've been to, as I said earlier, a number of startup weekends. I think this is my 20th time facilitating startup weekend, and this has definitely been one of my favorites, and I don't always say that. So thank you. Our last night in Bergen wouldn't be a last night without all of you, so we're going to go to an after party with Leo at Ferdinand's. And that concludes the 5th Startup Weekend in Bergen. So thank you guys. We're all going to Ferdinand's.